Outright shoots, scores! Forthcoming is Game 4 between the North York Rangers and the Don Mills Flyers. It was the Don Mills Flyers edging the Rangers in Game 3 to ensure a victory, to ensure their season stays alive. I'm Sammy Brzezowski, joined alongside Simon Hendricks.
Like you said, they were really on the edge there, but they were able to bring themselves back, hold it in, and just have the fortitude it takes to win the Game 3, and hopefully they will win Game 4 and force the series to 5 games.
Yeah, but it will be a different goaltender matchup than the one we have been accustomed to. It'll be Max Grofstein getting the start for the North York Rangers over Brady Noling. So a bit of a flip-flop there, but not flipping and flopping is the Don Mills Flyers. They stick with their guy. They stick with MCD, Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio.
Yeah, I mean, he was very, very, very good in that last game. Well-deserved of the nod here in Game 4, and hoping to lead his team to another great game and to another victory.
And hoping to lead the Rangers to the semifinals where they could face off against the Toronto Marlboros is your player to watch.
Well, I think Romeo DiBiase is going to have a big impact on this game. He is very strong, very big for a defenseman of his age group. And I think if he is able to put his stamp on this game, have his presence known out on the ice, he will have a big impact for the Rangers.
Yeah, and it had a big impact for the Flyers was Nolan Long.
Yeah, I mean, Nolan Long, we were talking about him. He was just so fast. But another one of Nolan Long's teammates, I believe his line mate as well, as Michael Cunha. He is a high flyer offensively as well, and he's just so fast. And the two of them together on the same line, it's really hard to defend against that type of speed and that type of skill all in one. So watch out for those two players and that line in specifically to produce some offense for the Flyers.
A dynamic duo, if you will, but it'll take a trio of game plans and strategies for the Rangers to close out this series.
Yeah, well, the keys to the game are brought to you by My House Keys. Now, I think for the Rangers, one of the things you really need to do is come out strong early. This is your series to lose, and if you come into this series if you come into this game in the mindset of, oh, well, we still have one game, we can still lose one game and we'll be fine, that's not going to get it done. They need to come into this game to make a point in saying, no, we will not be pressured by our inner thoughts. We will have a clear mind, and we will allow no dumb goals and dumb penalties.
That's right. And so this series, it has to keep going for the Flyers, right?
Yeah.
They have to keep going and keep doing what they've been doing.
Yeah, and again, going back to the Rangers for a second, and I guess the Flyers as well. Lincoln Edwards, he is a U15 player, and he scored a goal in the last game for the Flyers. If he is able to step up his play again and, kind of like embarrass a little bit the Rangers, can't have a U15 scoring against you in the playoffs. Come on now. But again, like I said, if everyone on the Flyers is able to maintain their pace of play, dictate this game, and their style of play very fast, and just power on, push through the adversity, see what you're made of, and they'll be able to do just fine.
Well, we'll see who will power on for the victory. Will it be 3-1 or will it be 2-2? I don't know. You don't know. Only the people on the ice will know, and they'll only know after 3 periods. Let's get down and start period number 1. The Flyers looking to take it to a pivotal Game 5. The North York Rangers looking to close it out in 4. I'm Sammy Brzezowski. He is Blake the Boy Scout Hanlon.
Yeah, Sammy, last game was amazing for the Flyers. Their best game yet, and they were rewarded with a victory, and now in extending this series to a 4th game. The Rangers were kind of dumbfounded by the Flyers' pressure in that game. They got outplayed completely from end to end. They were outplayed. That's the first time we've seen it in this series. The first time we've seen it for a while for the Rangers.
As Kiemelman nearly gets the scoring opened, but that is Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio, MCDCD, who came up big in Game 3 against the Rangers. He kept it a close game, and he gave the Don Mills Flyers the chance to win, which they made no mistake. It is Max Grofstein getting the start for the Rangers once again. Remember, he got the win in Game 2 after a Brady Noling win in game 1. He started, and then Brady Noling, he couldn't get the win in game 3, so they go back to Max Grofstein. They'll see if he can be the goalie that closes this series out.
Yeah, true tandem in the pipes for the Rangers. We've talked about earlier on in this series. They will live and die by their duo in the net. So, hey, it's okay to have a tandem. You don't always have to rely on one guy.
No, you don't have to rely on one guy, as we've seen so many times from the Rangers and from the Flyers so far this series. There's a bunch of guys on different teams that just get the goals started. I mean, we've seen a couple call-ups, a couple U15 players playing a year up, and they've been the main guys for the Flyers. We saw that in the last game. It was Lincoln Edwards scoring, and it was also Charlie Barada scoring. And so for the Rangers, they also have their plethora of skill as well. So exciting to see that on display here at Scotiabank Pond once again. Lobo loses that one at the blue line as the Rangers break it back into the Flyers zone. Taking it in down low. It's behind the net of Cruz D'Annunzio. It pops out to the point. Eschwach Hogan tries to keep that in. Now a chance here for the Flyers. Nievin is waiting for the pass. Instead, they elect to shoot. Cunha gets that one on net. A rebound sent into the corner. A long stretch pass here for Bolchi. Bolchi has a chance in front with it, trying to get it over to Lobo, but he doesn't get that shot there in time. Bolchi behind the net, throwing it over. At the boards now with it are the Rangers, but they quickly lose that one as the Flyers break the other way. Taking it in now is Rotter. Rotter dumping it in. Rotter trying to find Long. And it comes out of the zone by the Rangers. A chance here for the Rangers to get something set up as Di Natale is hit. Bonamo, he keeps that in. It's sent into the corner now as its centering pass does not go through. The Flyers trying to break it back into the Rangers zone. Not enough numbers there. The Rangers now going the other way. A battle on the sideboards. Blake, what do the Flyers need to do in order to take this to a pivotal Game 5?
Everything they did last game. They've worn their jerseys they wore last game, the bright orange highlighter jerseys. That's definitely one of the things they have to do to win this game. Have that luck on their side. But they have to have a full team effort in this one. Like I said, defense is going to be key. It's been key all series. As long as they can play to that, they'll be good.
And a big hit there on the side. The physicality we saw it ramp up in the last game as Bonamo has it. Bonamo throwing a big hit, giving some words.
That's interference. That has to be interference.
And I wonder if it will be interference on this play. It looked like Cowan, I believe, did not have the puck there. Bonamo giving him some words on the play and now giving a shove over to Long as well.
Bonamo, I don't know if he has a get out of jail free card in Monopoly and it's against these Zebras, but hey, he has earned himself a lot of penalty minutes that have not been granted in the Flyers' favor. He is destined for a penalty soon because his rough behavior has to result in something. It's definitely going to be something that I've keeping my eye on going further as he's gone the last 2 games with some dirty behind the play roughing penalties that could have been called.
Yeah, nothing called against him so far in this one. But Blake, you were mentioning a couple times last game where maybe the refs put their whistles away, so we'll see if that continues to be the trend in this one as he shoves Long's head against the boards there. A lot of animosity between these two teams. That was Nowakowski coming in there to give a word to Bonamo. Bonomo's certainly one of those guys that you definitely don't want to face.
Oh, no, he's a big man, and that's maybe why I'm jumping the gun on him because he's just such a big body out there. But I think the animosity is like picking up real quick here because, hey, you can't be doing that out there. That's my teammate. You can't have Bonamo picking out there and shoving him down on there on the ice, so I'm going to give you something.
As a shot there is sent away, Spadaccini had a nice little chance for the Flyers, their first real shot on net. It pops out over to Cunha, but the Rangers luckily take it out. Luckily for them, rather, as it's dumped into the zone. Lobo is attacking behind the net. A collision in the corner as Trottier battles Lobo. It's 93 versus 92 against the boards behind Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio. It pops out and the Flyers recuperate. The Flyers taking it in and out of the zone. Nievin trying to use his speed to break across, but that's kept in. An interception there in the middle of the ice and the Flyers nearly with a chance. With Spadaccini, he will be way offside. We'll see if that one gets sent all the way down.
Yeah, offside by a mile there, as this play will be drawn dead. Spadaccini got a little ahead of himself there.
And one ref arguing it should be sent all the way down. One ref arguing that it shouldn't. So it'll be just outside the zone of the Rangers as Rotter takes that face-off. Now sending it the other way are the Rangers. Balchi carrying it in. Balchi trying to cut across. He puts that one onto the net of CD. Into the corner now with it. Behind the net is Cameron Warren. Cameron Warren, he picked up a crucial goal to try to tie it in the last game. He sends it over to Jacob Balchi. Jacob Balchi sending it across for Eshwa Kogan. Eshwa Kogan trying to get that one down low. With it now is Eshwa Kogan. Eshwa Kogan, he has Warren at the point. Warren lets it fly, but it hits off a leg. Rebound there after Spielzik knocked down Balchi in front. No call there, and the Flyers will dump it out of their zone once again. Going to chase are the Flyers. It won't be called nice. It won't get there in time. Eshwa Kogan going back into his own zone. He's being pressured by Matthew Rotter, the captain of the Flyers. Balchi trying to get that one in deep. Gets behind the net with it now. It's on the sideboards as the Flyers attempt to get it into the zone. The Rangers have been controlling most of the offense in this game thus far. That goes behind the net of CD. Bonamo elects not to go for the big hit there, instead playing the puck. It's on the sideboards, digging after it, digging after it. We'll see how long this bout lasts. Finally, the Flyers come up with it. They'll dump that off the glass and out of the zone.
Yeah, a nice play there to get the puck out of harm's way. The Rangers have been turning up the tempo a little bit in this one. The Flyers are yet to really get a good opportunity thus far, but it's really been kind of a stalemate of just trading blows in this one so far.
As the puck is sent into the Flyers zone. The camera not panning, but I assure you folks, nothing too interesting going on, just some battles on the sideboards. The Flyers can't get it out of their zone in time. They send it back over to Garrett. William Garrett takes it in. Shot was no good, I promise you, and it's sent into the corner. It gets sent once again out of the Flyers zone. The Rangers this time controlling their possession a little bit more as Lobo sends it back in. Lobo sending it in. The Rangers still trying to reproduce the efforts of Game 1 and Game 2. Sending it across was Hotley's. Now a long stretch pass. It was Spadaccini who was available for a second, but no good there as the shot onto Grovstein gets sent into the corner. Lobo gets that one across. It looks like it was kept in by Spadaccini. Spielczyk was backtracking, but he didn't realize Spadaccini, he got it in deep. Spadaccini, a good effort to keep it on the sideboards as Lobo takes it. A 3-on-2 now for the North York Rangers. Lobo bringing it in. He gets that one across to Smith. Smith's shot is blocked by Spielczyk, and now a 3-on-2 for the Flyers, breaking the other way. Taking it wide are the Flyers. Cutting towards the net is Spielczyk. Spielczyk, he can't get a piece of that pass. Hotley's got across to block that. Cunha centering pass in front, but no one there. Rotter got there just too late.
Yeah, a couple of those bodies out there a little bit dead. They've been out there on the ice for a while, so you didn't have full guns blazing on that rush there for the Flyers.
And there is full men ablazing in the corner. It's a 3-on-3 battle, and the refs will blow it. It will likely be sent into the Flyers zone. It'll be a face-off as we can't let those battles go on too long. I mean, we only have the ice for so long.
Only have the ice for so long. There's much hockey to be played, not just this level. There's a bunch of age groups and levels that have to be played on Scotiabank Pond tonight.
That's right. The U21 of the NYHL, they're set to play in Scotiabank Pond later today.
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be a great game that is going to take place in that league. So we'll have to see if the Don Mills Flyers and Rangers can stay on schedule.
That's right. They'll need to stay on schedule, so hopefully this game doesn't go too deep into overtime. I just want to give a shout-out to the Warren Park Eagles of the U21 NYHL League playing at Scotiabank Pond. Shot there from Eshwa Kogan is stopped by Cruz D'Annunzio as it's sent out of the zone. The Rangers getting some good pressure early on in this first 7 minutes to go. Bringing it down low are the Rangers, but the Flyers get a piece and they bring it out of their zone. Single-handedly taking it out is Gueli. Gueli sends that one on net. Rotter can't pick up the rebound. Neither can Dinatelli. It's sent back in. The Flyers go for a line change to the Rangers. They'll have a chance to set things up. Warren will be going wide with it as Eshwa Koken has. It's sent down into the zone by Simon. Blake, you'll notice a player we haven't seen so far is number 84, Tyler Challenger.
Yeah, that might be a suspension that he faced for crashing that there. A game misconduct. He does face judgment in that call there. When you have a game misconduct in that, you oftentimes have an automatic suspension for the next game that you have to face. So the Rangers are out with one of their best players.
Yeah, that's right. And we haven't received any word from the office or anything. As a pass in front over to Balchi doesn't get through. That's good defending in front by the Flyers. We haven't received any word from the league office or any officials what happened there, so we're just assuming it's all based on pure conjecture as a shot is sent into Cruz D'Annunzio's glove.
Yeah, pure conjecture for sure. We have not seen him out there. It was definitely something that Sammy and I talked about before the game. It was definitely a possibility, but now the Rangers are looked to be shorthanded of their best player. But it's positive for the Flyers as they will look to capitalize while the Rangers are losing their superstar.
Yeah, but luckily for the Rangers, they have a bunch of guys who can step up and become the new superstar as the Flyers break it out of their own zone. Nievin couldn't get a piece of that, but the Flyers do eventually get in. Nievin gets the shot, and it gets hit off a Rangers' leg. A 2-on-1 forming here now. Smith was in front, but the pass didn't get across. Lobo couldn't get the backhand in front in time. Lobo gets shoved, but he keeps the puck in the corner. He has Burley at the point, but elects to throw it back behind. He loses it to the Flyers. Smith throwing it for Lobo. Lobo centering pass in front. Doesn't quite get through. Sending it across is Nievin. Nievin couldn't get that pass. And it looks like the Flyers are playing kind of a 2-man forward, 3-man back strategy so far in this game.
See, talked about how I was talking to their coach in game 2, but about their defensive strategy. Maybe he listened to me after the game about the clearing thing. Playing 3 men back might be a better defensive strategy.
Well, and now they have a chance to test their offensive strategy as it'll be a too-many-men call against the North York Rangers, serving as the first power play of the game for the Flyers. The Flyers, they can use this chance to generate some offense to gain some momentum. Isn't that right, Blake?
Absolutely. This is the time to strike. First power play of the game. You still have a stalemate in this one. The first goal is very, very important for this series. As last game, the Flyers scored the first goal of the game, and they ended up winning the game.
Yeah, but they also scored the first goal of the game in Game 2, and we all know what happened there as Blake kind of waves his hand at me in the booth. Long with it now. Long, he sends that one across the point. Over to Long. Long getting it down low. On the side is Murata. Pardon me, that was Cowan. He gets that one across to Cunha. Back to Cunha. Over to Long. Long, shot in front. Rebound, traffic, and it doesn't get in the net. Some good energy in front for the Flyers. Long with the shot from the point. Once again, rebound in front. Nievin looking for the garbage goal. He's got it. Oleg Nievin opens up the scoring for the Flyers. Puts it back. Max Grovstein. What a start for the Flyers. Exactly how they wanted to start this pivotal Game 4.
Oleg. That is a beautiful goal to get this one out on the board. Great job from Nievin just to come up there on the doorstep. Sometimes the puck just squeaks out there off a rebound or just off the initial save, and sometimes you're gifted with a beautiful goal. Nievin capitalizes on that one.
Nievin certainly has been a factor in this series. It feels like he has been a part of every solid play we've seen on the power play, on the penalty kill. He's really a jack of all trades for the Don Mills Flyers. On the sideboards now with it were the Rangers, and it's being broken in by Warren. Balchi sends it over. Doesn't get it through in time. Bonamo keeps it in. Bonamo throws down another haymaker onto Rotter. Rotter gives a hit over to Warren as a bit of a response. The puck nearly dribbled out over to Decaro, but Decaro, he didn't get a piece of it in time. Brady Smith taking it in. Smith getting it across for Balchi. Balchi, he can't get the shot off. Burley keeps it in. Spoke too soon as it got by his stick after the play. It was Gueli throwing a hit at Bonamo, maybe to respond to that hit on his captain, Matthew Rotter. As you saw Carter Owens-Spielzik giving a shove to Balchi there. Balchi throwing it to Warren in front. but the tip didn't fool Cruz D'Annunzio as Spielczyk has it. An errant stick was in the play as Spielczyk brings it into the zone. He carries it in onto the net and into the corner as the rebound came off of Grofstein's pad. Breaking it into the Flyers' zone now is the Rangers. It gets sent onto the net. A rebound pops out, but CD does a good job at not allowing it to pop out too, I don't know what the word would be, but too good of an opportunity.
Yeah, just have have good rebound control right there. That is one of the key reasons of why CD is keeping the Flyers in this series. He's really good at smothering the puck and maintaining the puck within his crease when he makes stops.
There's now a chance here for the Flyers breaking towards the net. A chance here in front. And going down was Grofstein, and Eshkok Kogan laying a big-time hit in front of the net. The ref had his arm up. We see a bit of a scuffle. Scuffles have been something we have not longed for, as we have gotten quite the taste of them in these first 3 games of the series. So we'll see what is assessed here. And it will be Cohen Eshkog-Gogan heading to the box. Another power play opportunity for the Don Mills Flyers. They'll want to extend their lead to 2. It'll be going for the head contact, but it'll only be 2 minutes.
Yeah, only 2 minutes on that one, but still you lose Cohen Eshkog-Gogan to potentially kill off this penalty here, as they'll have to deal without his expertise on the blue line.
As a 5-on-4 penalty is set to commence, Long lining up in the same position he did last time. Cunha is out there as well. As a faceoff is won by the Flyers at the point. Cunha goes to the net. Long has it at the point. He sends it over to Trottier. With it now in the corner are the Flyers. A chance at the dot. Throwing it over to Long at the top of the circle. Long trying to get it past Kiemelman. It hits his stick. And we see some pushing and shoving and an arm up for the ref. It'll be a 5-on-3 for the Flyers as soon as there is a whistle. Nolan Long with it at the top of the circle. He throws that across to Trottier. Trottier, he decides just to play that puck and take the 5-on-3 as soon as possible.
Yeah, take the 5-on-3 ASAP. You have 2 minutes and 32 seconds left, especially when you start a period on the power play. It kind of feels like worthless, especially when there's not much left on it. So, hey, you have a 5-on-3 opportunity here, and you'll be able to play the full 5-on-3 and even have some 5-on-4 afterwards. But, yeah, finally the Rangers are earning the penalties that they deserve. They have been playing kind of a ruthless game so far, and they're getting away with a lot, but the referees are finally putting their whistles to their mouth and calling it.
It will be Matthew Burley heading to the box as we see that on our handy-dandy scoreboard there as the Flyers with a long 5-on-3 to get things started. At the point with it. It's Long. He sends it over to Trottier. Trottier back to Long. Long back to Trottier. Trottier tries to get it across, and it hits off his stick, and it goes out of play. It'll be face-off inside the zone. He was trying to reach Carter Cowan, who we saw got his share of breakaways in Game 3. He was unable to convert, but he really created chances for Don Mills.
Yeah, he uses speed to his advantage, and that's something the Flyers maybe don't rely on, but it's definitely a part of Cowan's game, and we'll see if he can pay dividends to his efforts in this one.
As Nievin has it on the sideboard, they're battling, and an arm is up here once again. Penalties in this game have really slowed it down, and this time it'll be a head contact penalty against the man himself, Oleg Nievin. So the goal scorer, the one who opened it up, will be heading to the box for the Flyers. It'll be a fairly sizable 4-on-3 power play for the Flyers.
A lot of open ice out there, but these referees are calling a very tight game, calling a tight shift. They want to make sure that this potential final game of this series is called correctly. So I admire the referees for making sure that every correct call is made out there. As long as they continue it going forward, it should be a good game.
As a face-off is won here by the Flyers. Lots of open ice to get things started. With it now is Murata. He's carrying it up the wing. He breaks it in. Cunha is also on for the Flyers as Di Natale has it. He throws it over to Murata. Back to Di Natale. Di Natale over to, that was Long, both wearing number 86. Behind the net now with it are the Flyers. As the Rangers, they get it out of the zone, and they kill off some valuable time in that Cohen Eshkog-Kogan penalty. Just 15 seconds left, or just over, I should say, in that penalty for the Rangers, and just 45 seconds left in the Matthew Burley penalty.
Yeah, now there would be a face-off to the right of Cruz Annunzio.
Yeah, and so a chance here for the Rangers to kind of kill off some of that time or maybe generate some offense of their own as it's DiBiase, Barfoot, and Bonimo out there for them. The faceoff is won by the Flyers. Barfoot unable to get anything there. He'll have to hustle back. Getting a piece of it was Barfoot, so he slowed down the rush for the Flyers. Trottier with it. Trottier climbing at the circle. He sends it across the point. At the point now with it is Trottier. Trottier. He sends that one down low, can't get it across. Now Barfoot is bringing it up. Barfoot with just a minute left to go here. We're back to 4-on-4. We're back to even strength. Time is nearly running out in this period. And folks, I promise you nothing too exciting happening off cam there as the Flyers break it back in to our frame. DiBiase has it behind the net. DiBiase on the sideboards. He's battling against the corners. Bonimo. As the Rangers now on a 2-on-1 opportunity. It's Brady Smith. Brady Smith getting that one across. Back to Smith. Scores! Brady Smith picks up the Cohen-Eshkak-Kogan rebound. It's 1-1.
Yeah, great job to end this period with an equalizer. Wow, the Rangers have really matched that even though they were shorthanded for a long time there. So yeah, props to the Rangers to really get back in this game and kind of shut down the momentum the Flyers have been generating.
Yeah, it would have been a nice end to the period for the Flyers to hold on to the 1-0 lead. They scored the first goal in all but one of these games so far, but they're 1-1 after scoring the first goal. So that streak is in jeopardy, and their season now in jeopardy as the next goal could be a decisive one. It's a battle in the corner with 10 seconds to go in the period. Some 92 and 92 violence. It's Gueli against Lobo, and 3-2-1. That will do it for the first period in Game 4 of the quarterfinals. 15 minutes have come and gone in a matchup between the Don Mills Flyers and the North York Rangers. And not just any matchup, it's Game 4 of the quarterfinal series between the two. The Rangers up 2-1 in the series, but 1-1 in this game is currently on the scoreboard. I'm Sammy Rosowski, joined alongside Blake, the Boy Scout Hanlon.
Yeah, it's 1-1 in this game right now, but it is 2-1 in the series with the Flyers facing elimination. It's go time right now. If you really want to keep push this to Game 5, you got to get a goal ASAP to get that pressure and that sustained momentum in the second period.
And Blake, for the Flyers, by this time in Game 3, they were up. They were up going into the second period, and they never looked back. They're tied with 2 periods to go. Another goal could go a long way as Garrett is called for the high sticking there. Blake called that one from all the way in the booth. But Blake, what are you telling the Flyers as the head coach? You're 2 periods away from elimination.
Just play like you got nothing to live for. You got to play like this is your last, and this might be last time this team plays all together with this core. So, hey, don't even take it from a competitive angle. Reminisce, play like, hey, I don't want this to be the last game with this group of guys. I want to go out there, play Game 5, maybe extend it even further. Have some emotion in this game.
A lot of these guys could very well not see each other on the ice again, or maybe they could, but on different teams, so you got to take advantage of the time that you have now. I'm sure friendships were bonded on the ice and off the ice for this Don Mills franchise. The Rangers don't quite have to worry about that just yet, as they still have a game in hand against the Flyers. It's sent up the sideboards. Nievin, the goal scorer for the Flyers, tries to keep it in. Taking it out are the Rangers. It was Lombardi sending it up. Going over to Eshkak-Kogan, playing pretty deep in the Flyers zone. He sends it across. With it is Barfoot. Barfoot gets that one across. Bolchi trying to lay the body in the corner, and he does, and he gets a hold of the puck. And Spadaccini trying to answer the bell on that one as well, as it'll be a battle on the sideboards. Barfoot trying to respond to the Spadaccini hit. He doesn't really get a huge knock there, but he keeps the puck in momentarily. The Rangers recuperate possession, and knocked down is Eshkak-Kogan in the middle of the ice. That was Dicaro who laid the awkward hit.
Open ice hit, that's allowed out there. Even though it was a little awkward, it's still a hit nonetheless.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of open ice hits, especially not in this league, but a lost art of the game. In the NHL, you only really see the hits up against the boards, but guys that aren't afraid to throw their body around are certainly good assets for any team.
Yeah, it's definitely something for scouts to take a notice of. Once you hit the OHL, you're going to be playing with actual men out there. So you have to have that physical aspect of your game if you want to take your game to the next level in junior hockey.
That's right. And we've seen Luca Bonamo of the Rangers. He definitely is not one to shy away from the physical aspect of the game, as Blake so aptly pointed out earlier. Him alongside Eshkak Kogan and Cowan and Gilday of the Flyers, they throw some bodies. They try to make some hammerheads in the middle of the ice and on the boards as well. And as the intensity ramps up, that may ramp up also. A chance now for the Rangers. A 3-on-1 forming. Doesn't really amount to anything, but gets onto the net of Cruz D'Annunzio. He makes the save. He didn't catch it on cam, but we caught it. A good pass across, but nothing doing as D'Annunzio got the save.
D'Annunzio has been very solid in his crease so far in this one, other than the late goal that he's given up. But it's still going to stay at 1-1 on that one because CD has got the money.
That's right. Like that from Blake Hanlon, but a little bit of a push and a shove. And it looks like it'll be a penalty here for the Flyers. It'll be the Flyers captain, Matthew Rotter, heading off for a roughing in front after the scramble. He must have made the first little shove that the refs deemed unnecessary, as we've seen a lot of animosity, as we mentioned, between these two teams, a lot of physicality, a lot of words exchanges going all the way back to Game 1, where Caden Kayat of the Flyers was assessed a game misconduct and presumably a suspension for his actions late in the third period. But now a chance for the Rangers to catch the lead in this one. Smith going for a shot, the goal scorer for the Rangers, gets the shot over to CD, but CD makes himself look big.
Yeah, 2 suspensions in this series kind of shows how ill-hearted it has been between the Rangers and Flyers. You had Paquette and also, and then Challenger last game who has faced a suspension. So those are two key players that are out of the game and out of the series most likely if it doesn't go to 5. We'll see if they'll return in that if it gets to that point.
And now a chance here for the Flyers is cutting back, losing it on the blue line. The Rangers go back the other way, trying to fast break on the response. A shot from the point, rebound in front, and a great save made by Cruz D'Annunzio across. And it goes to the back of the net. Smith unable to get that one in the back of the net. Sure, he's shaking his head on that one as Garrett has it. Garrett throws that one down low. Back to Garrett. Garrett at the point. Shot is blocked by Nowakowski, and Nowakowski dumps it out of the zone.
Textbook clear right there. Great job from the Flyers.
As the Flyers will go for a line change, get some fresh legs onto the ice. Konesh Kogogan getting around Long. He drops that one for Smith. The goal scorer for the Rangers will carry this one into his zone. He'll drop it for Eshkak Kogan, and they'll send it up the ice. The Flyers carrying it in. It's William Garrett. William Garrett taking it wide. He has Smith in front. Garrett taking it around the circle, dropping it over towards Lobo. Lobo shot. He fires that one, and it goes out of play. It was deemed that it hit off something or someone in orange, and it'll be a face-off inside.
Yeah, it might hit the block of there, ricocheted, and went flying into the rafters of the Scotiabank Pond Arena here. So a nice little tap there from Cruz D'Annunzio to get a stop on the rush.
And 33 seconds left to go in the power play, and the penalty for Matthew Rotter, as the face-off will be in a crucial moment for the Rangers to get a cycle going. It gets sent back to Ashcroft. Ashcroft, he gets that one over to the side. Lobo carrying it across the blue line. Surveying his options. Lobo breaking towards the net, trying to get it to Barfoot in front, but the pass does not get to his tape. A golden opportunity missed there. Garrett gets the shot from the point. That's Balchi as a centering pass over in front. Not there in time to Kiemelman. And a 3-on-1 opportunity here for the Flyers. Short-handed. A chance. But the pass doesn't get through. And Blake, that's kind of a golden opportunity wasted from Chris Guelli.
We've seen a lot of opportunities that just haven't gone either team's way. Guys at the doorstep who can't get a stick on it from the errant pass, or some opportunities just missed off the rush.
And Blake, I was about to mention that Matthew Rotter, he's back. It's an even strength play for the Flyers now, but now it is not. Matthew Rotter, he turned right back around. He is assessed a tripping penalty for that play at the top of the circle inside the zone of the Rangers. The Rangers will go right back where they started from. Call them Maxie Nightingale because they are on the power play.
Yeah, you got to go back to the bench and sit down there in the box. Rotter, not very captain-like, not leading with example, but sometimes your stick just kind of is in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah, not happy with the call on that one, I'm sure, but a trip it was, and a power play indeed it will be for the Rangers. It'll be Cohen Eshwa-Gogan sending that one back. The puck is assessed in front as Smith threw it looking for a rebound. Behind the net now with it are the Rangers. Lombardi sends that one over to Eshwa-Gogan. Pardon me, that was Hotley's in front. Hotley's down low for Eshwa-Gogan. Eshwa-Gogan saved by Cruz D'Annunzio. He gets in front of that one to make the stop.
Yeah, coming way out of his crease, or at the top of his crease there. Kind of break off the angle, I guess, is what he was looking for there from a shot from the point. But nice job from Cruz D'Annunzio to come out and stop that one.
Yeah, we mentioned how Cruz D'Annunzio kind of has that Hasek-y, Smithy levels to his play where he comes way out of the net to try to make the save and tries to make uber athletic stops. And so far, it's been working for him as Eshwa-Gogan gets that one over to Garrett. Garrett back to Eshwa-Gogan. Eshwa-Gogan circling around. He gets that one down low. A shot opportunity here in front, but great save by Cruz D'Annunzio to make the stretch across. He blocks that one. He is looking solid in this power play and solid in this penalty kill.
Yeah, went all down there, stretching his pads out. A spread eagle save there to get this face-off here to the left of him.
It'll be a chance here for the Rangers to just keep doing what they've been doing. Cycle it in the zone as Garrett gets it down for Hotley's. It's kept in by the Rangers. Gets it down low for Hotley's. Hotley's has it behind the net. He drops it for Brady Smith. Brady Smith throws that one behind the net. Back in front, Hotley's. It is bounced out. Brady Smith couldn't get a piece of it. The Rangers get it out of the zone. Pardon me, the Flyers get it out of the zone, and the Rangers will be looking to get it back in. 50 seconds left to go in the Matthew Rotter penalty. Bringing it into the zone is Garrett. Garrett falling down as it will be attempted to be sent out. It will be sent out of the zone, and circling back will be the Rangers. Brady Smith has stayed out there for quite some time. He's been a factor in this series, a factor on the one-timer as well. As bringing it in is Ashcroft. Ashcroft taking it around the net. Ashcroft looking for his options. He drops it over behind to Lobo. Lobo to Smith. Smith shot, scores! But no, it's waved off. It won't count once again. And it's something we've seen all series long as the net is knocked off. And it will be waved off for the third time this series and the second time on Brady Smith.
I hate nets. They are terrible. They are not meant to be like this. They are normally going to be stable in front of the net there. I don't even know if you blame Cruz D'Annunzio or whoever ran into the net there. Brady Smith comes up short because of just bad luck and bad maintenance of the goalpost. I don't understand why they cannot... At this point, super glue them in net. Because then, like that, that's a goal no matter what. I love that Cruz D'Annunzio made a good attempt there to rob that one. But Brady Smith, night and day, that is his spot, and he's ripping that home on that wide open net. The net, if anything, the net getting dislodged kind of went against his odds there of getting that one by. That is just an unfortunate situation.
Yes, and the Rangers cannot be happy that this is happening another time. Of course, they only lost Game 3 2-1. And in that game, they had a waved-off goal, also Brady Smith. And in Game 1, goal wouldn't have mattered as much, but it would have been Tyler Challenger picking up his third goal of that game. It would have made it 7-0, as it was 6-0 when it got waved off. But another inopportune waved-off goal, and I'm sure the referees will have a discussion with the North York Rangers coaches who can't be too happy with that one. They'll have to coordinate with the timekeepers. But Blake, I've never seen this in all my years of watching hockey, a net come off this many times and it to impact the play this many times. I mean, that's 3 goals taken away from the Rangers.
It's got to stop. This is getting ridiculous. It is just not hockey. This is not hockey. Hockey is meant to be played in a nice, convenient, and formidable manner. And it's not been formidable by any means with this net dislodging. That didn't happen in the 1950s. Where are we gone with the evolution of the game?
Blake with the hot take saying hockey has gotten worse because of the way the nets have come off. Of course, just speaking in jest, as the Rangers will have 17 seconds left on the power play.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like evolution-wise, like obviously the play has gotten much better, and there's some parts of the game. But what are we doing here? Like, what are we doing? Like, I'm not sure. Maybe it's just the fact that the nets used to be a lot heavier back in the day, probably but now they have like these like aluminum alloy. These nets that are made lighter, less expensive, less harder to carry around. I remember I used to have one of those big metal nets back in the day that my dad got me that were a lot heavier to move around. So maybe it was harder to get knocked off.
Yeah, and of course, a little bit less intense to crash into, as we've seen Cameron Warren, Tyler Challenger. We've seen them break towards the net and run into the post. We saw Austin Matthews in the NHL run into the post with his face. So a little bit safer in that jurisdiction as Lobo gets it over to Ashcroft. Ashcroft's shot is stopped. A rebound pops out in front to Garrett. Garrett can't get a piece of it, and the Flyers dump it out of the zone. That will do it for the Matthew Rotter penalty. The Rangers surely controlling pace of play now as they've been on the power play for basically this entire period. Ashcroft taking it in. He dumps it down low. Lobo attacking. Behind the net was Smith. It gets around and it's out of the zone of the Flyers, so Ashcroft will be forced to regroup. Dumped in by the Rangers. Balchi was certainly offside there, but no call.
Absolutely on that one there.
It's
kind of snuck in there.
Yeah, it was like a tagged up runner leaving a little bit early as the pass from the point over to Lombardi from Garrett doesn't get through. Garrett over to Ashcroft. Ashcroft tip in front by Lombardi, and they'll try it all over again. Ashcroft, he cuts towards the side. That's a good job blocking the side by Spadaccini. A battle in front, and Rotter is rocked by Lombardi, and Rotter answers that call. No calls on the play. Sent over to Garrett. Garrett's shot is stopped. Rebound is saved by Cruz D'Annunzio. And Cruz D'Annunzio, he has been the MVP for DMF so far.
MCD is the MVP in this one. He's been really good at keeping the puck out of the net. The Rangers have really been controlling the second period. There's not been a lot of action on Max Grofstein on the other end. Now it's the time for the Flyers to kind of turn the tables a little bit and tilt the ice in their favor.
That's right. And the Flyers, when they get hemmed in, what do you think like the strategy is to get it past guys like Bonomo or Eshwal Kogan or Balchi or guys who just consistently can keep it deep in the zone? Do you just ice it, or do you try to put it high off the glass or go for a flick play?
I think, well, that right there, using the boards is probably the best thing you can do and find your guys on the breakout, but not clearing it. I mean, I've been kind of on them a lot for clearing the puck in this series, especially to their coach, that is. So just don't do that, but it looks like they're going to be doing that in this one. But as long as they get it through the neutral zone or are able to get it out, I guess that is the best way to get and stop the Rangers' rushes through offense.
As a shot there from Diabasi is nearly lost in traffic, but MCD will cover that one. Bonomo losing his stick kind of inadvertently at the top of the circle, and they'll go for a line change. The Flyers have been hemmed in their own zone. I'm sure Cruz D'Annunzio will appreciate this little breather he has to kind of reset. He has been playing lights out for the Flyers in this one, keeping it a 1-1 game.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take his little skate out to the corners after that play.
He does sure love those skate outs to the corner. As the Flyers breaking back into the Ranger zone for the first time in quite a while. The Flyers trying to get it down low. It's in the Rangers zone as they regroup to start a breakout. On the sideboard, it's sent up. It's kept in by Trottier. Trottier, he gets the puck stolen by Lobo, but it's kept in quickly. Sent across over to the Flyers defenseman, but he sends it back into the zone for the Rangers. A chance here for Cunha. That's stopped. Now Kiemelman going the other way. Kiemelman, long pass to Jalen Lobo. Jalen Lobo all alone scores! Jalen Lobo breaks the stalemate. It's 2-1 North York.
Instead of go Loco, go Lobo on that one. That's the second goal of the game for the Rangers. You know what? It's about time that Lobo gets his love because we've been talking about him. He's kind of a supplementary player, but now with Tyler Challenger out, he's stepping up and he's now being that star player that we know he can become.
92 is the new 84. You heard it here first. But what a save that was from Max Grovstein to kick it away. It got over to Kiemelman, and Kiemelman, he made the pass, and the rest is history. The Rangers break the stalemate. It's now Brady Smith breaks towards the net. Rebound in front, scores! Charlie Hotleys gets the Brady Smith rebound. It's quickly 3-1 Rangers.
Blow it open, Rangers. Wow. Back-to-back goals. It's almost like they all happened in a matter of seconds. And they did happen in a matter of seconds. And this lead is now 2.
And if you're the Flyers, what are you doing? Are you going to hit the panic button, or are you going to do what the coach does before I even finish my sentence? You're going to call a timeout.
Go to pause, pump the brakes real quick, be like, hey, fellas, we cannot blow this one. This is the season on the line. It also gives Cruz Anunzio a little bit of a check. He can go talk to his goalie partner and just get some water at the bench, just recoup, talk a little bit with his teammates, and just say, hey, boys, you're still playing well, but I need some better guys out in front of me. The Flyers are really got to strategize hard on this one and kind of prepare for the remainder of this period, as there is like around 5 minutes left.
Yeah, you can certainly not blame that one on Marcus Cruz Anunzio, as you got one breakaway from Jalen Lobo. Jalen Lobo, an extremely talented player with the speed. He just hammered that one. And the rebound, he made that initial stop on Brady Smith, but no one on Charlie Hotleys off the faceoff. It seemed they kind of were dejected off that second goal, and it forced them to allow that third goal as well.
Yeah, both goals, they kind of just collapsed defensively, and it was unfortunate that Cruz Anunzio had to be kind of left out to dry for some 2 gorgeous opportunities for the Rangers. So it is on the Flyers. If they want to continue this game strong, they have to bring some intensity. They have to play with energy, better energy than they had on those last 2 goals if they want to match the Rangers' performance.
And they'll have to do that quick, as we know the Rangers are good at shutting it down. And the way they shut it down is by scoring more and more. We'll see if they continue to do that, as we've seen so much this season. Out of his net to play the puck is Cruz D'Annunzio, but it'll be assessed as an icing. We've seen a couple times that Cruz D'Annunzio will be out to play it, but they'll call it an icing nonetheless.
No, it'll blow it before he gets a stick on it. I think that's what the refs have been doing.
As it'll be a face-off inside the zone of the Rangers. And the Flyers will look to get something going, get a cycle beginning in this face-off. As Cowan wins it back to Long. Long shot saved by Grovstein. Must have been a set play there, as we saw. It was a nice clean face-off from Cowan. He won it back to Noah Long, but he shot that right at the Rangers logo.
Definitely something the coach might have brought up in the timeout. Say, hey, if you guys have a puck or a face-off in their zone, this is the play that I want you guys to draw up and create after the draw.
As it'll be the same unit out for the Flyers, but a different unit out for the Rangers to take it. It'll be Barfoot taking the face-off against Cowan. Over to Long. Long shots. Scores! Nolan Long cuts the lead in half. After the set play that didn't work the first time, they said, hey, let's run it back, and now it's 3-2.
Run it back they did, and they also picked up the phone from the Rangers. The Rangers were like, we got this one in the bag. The Flyers said, no, you don't.
No, you don't indeed. As now, gentlemen and ladies and everyone else, we have ourselves a game.
A game, a series that the Flyers can easily come back in. This could go to 5, but the Flyers, it's up to them. If they want to tie this one up, it's going to come in this period and go into the period, a tie game, and with the energy on their side.
What a thrilling series this has been so far. After the first game, if you would have told me it would be this close and it would be this tight, I wouldn't have believed you. And a big hit by Cohen Eshwa-Gogan, and that will deliver a response in the corner. An arm is up, and there's some anger behind those plays. And we see Kiemelman coming in to help now, and some pushing and shoving, some sticks flying. Every player has a man on their shoulder, and I wonder what penalties are going to be assessed here.
Well, Cohen is going to be going to the penalty box. I can guarantee you that. That is a crushing hit, and he should be, yeah, you can see the coach of the Rangers frustrated. You cannot be taking penalties like that. Like, why are you roughing up like that? Why are you charging towards your opponent like that? You know that's going to be a penalty. Have some foresight, have some discipline, have some defensive and offensive awareness of what's going to come if you deliver a hit like that.
Especially after letting in a goal. So there will likely be a fighting or roughing assessed. It looks like it'll be Owen Spielzik heading to the box, and it looks like perhaps it was Julian Walters as well. like we said, we're behind the nettings here. Cohen Eshwagogan will certainly be heading to the box for that board. We saw the hand go up. I think it's just a matter of what it's going to be. I'd assume it would be a 5-on-4 penalty here in the Flyers' favor, that is, and a chance for them to tie it up. But I'm not sure, to be honest with you, Blake, and to be honest with you folks, as the refs, I think, are deliberating it themselves. And Blake, what kind of opportunity would a Flyers power play here serve?
Yeah, 5 minutes left, especially if it's 5, because we might be in game misconduct territory. Especially we saw Tyler Challenger get that last game. So the refs are not afraid to call that on this play here. So we'll have to see what they divvy up. I don't think it was as gruesome as Challenger's, but hey, it's their call, not mine.
Yeah, they do have the discretion as there's 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go. It's a 3-2 game here in period 2 in game 4 of the quarterfinals between the Don Mills Flyers and the North York Rangers here in Scotiabank Pond. As they're deliberating, what a series it has been so far. Blake, let me ask you, while we have the time, who has been your MVP for each team as this game and as the series could come to an end tonight?
It's crazy because he's not even playing today, but for the Rangers, it's got to be Tyler Challenger. I mean, I was on him for his play last game, how he crashed in the net and wasn't really aware of his speed, sometimes for the safety of the other players, but sometimes teams aren't aware of how good of a player he is, and they are caught surprised of how good of a shot he has and how good a speed he has. He's been the MVP for the Rangers. He has led them through and throughout and has been the MVP for them. But for the Flyers, on the other hand, it has to be Cruz D'Annunzio. Cruz D'Annunzio has won this last game and has also kept them in this series. If it wasn't for him, there would be no opportunities for the Flyers to extend their series further and their season further. It's almost crazy to think, hey, what if Cruz D'Annunzio started this series out? What if he was the game 1 starter? Maybe it's tied up. Maybe it's a different series. We will never know. But for now, he's keeping them in this one.
He certainly is, and it's funny that one play, they came together and they kind of collided, your two MVP candidates, and it has been such a thrilling series to watch and call, and it's indicative of the talent in this division. There's 3 other quarterfinals going on, and they have also been a treat. And exciting to watch playoffs in the GTHL and the U16 AAA division. Always exciting. As the refs still figuring out what's going on here, Blake, I got to ask, who do you think will be the unsung hero? Let's see. The Flyers, you always call someone to action. You called Matthew Rotter earlier in this series. Who are you going to call now? Who's going to be the guy that you want to step up and tie this game?
Definitely not the Ghostbusters, but I know who I'm going to call. I'm going to go back to Rotter. Why not? He's had himself some two penalties in this game, so he's kind of down to the ropes a little bit. Maybe he's just doesn't have the light beaming on him. He's like, I got to get back. I got to get back for my team. He's definitely been a figure in the locker room. To be down 1-0 after that series, but also just that first game for them was so poor. But now they've turned the ropes a little bit, and now it's all because of him probably in the locker room. The captain of this team has to be called to get this equalizer. As for the Rangers, the unsung hero, I think it might have to go to Grofstein. Grofstein has split the time with Noling. If he's able to hang on to this one, the goaltending hasn't been the main factor of the Rangers' prowess in this series, but I think it's going to come in this one. He's going to have to shut the door on the Flyers in this potential closeout game.
Yeah, and he'll have to shut the door for quite some time, as we now finally have an idea what's going on. So it looks like Cohen Eshwagogan, he will be sent off for 5 minutes. He'll be sent off for the boarding as well as a rough or fighting or whatever you want to call it. Now, the interesting part here, you see that 31 up there. It was Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio of the Flyers, assessed with the roughing as he went in to fight for his team. They don't generally like when goalies go in, and it will be served by number 11, Sam Gilday. So an interesting sequence of events, to say the least, as I think the referees are just discussing with the coaches what's going on so they can get an idea.
Yeah, I definitely served or had some penalties for myself when I was in the day there. I would love to help my teammates out alongside the boards, and the referees would be like, hey, get back in your crease.
And it looks like Cohen Eshwagogan will get the coincidental, as well as we see number 93, Matthew Trottier heading in there as well. I mean, Blake, this is kind of an unprecedented penalty. You never really see this kind of volume and this kind of lengthy discussion for one sequence of events, but it's the playoffs. The refs will want to make sure they get it right.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird because the Rangers, like, they're the one who started that penalty with Cohen's hit, and now they have to sacrifice 2 players in the box. I mean, I guess they get 5 minutes out of Cruz D'Annunzio, and they'll have 3 minutes of power play time, but still, like, kind of questionable calls from the referee, and the fact that it took that long, too.
It took quite some time, but finally we have returned to play. It's Di Natale sending it around for the Flyers. So the Flyers, they have 4 on the ice, and the Rangers, they also have 4. So a 4-on-4 despite the initial boarding. As with it now, a shot across sent over by Hotleys was just off the pad. Garrett with it now at the point. Garrett sends that across. Back to Garrett at the top. Garrett, he has Ashcroft. Garrett instead sends it down low, trying to get it across in front of Cruz D'Annunzio's net, but it's sent out of the zone.
That's a good clear there, even though it was maybe could have led to a breakout pass there and you're at 4-on-4. It's still something to get the heck out of there. Tight in front, bouncing puck. Sometimes it's like, yeah, get out of here.
As the Ashcroft gets it the heck out of the neutral zone, dumps it into the zone of the Flyers by Cruz D'Annunzio's. Now the Flyers breaking into the Rangers. Dropping back is Guelli. Guelli at the top of the circle. Pardon me, that is Trottier. It's sent down low. Lobo with it now. Lobo taking it beyond the circle. Both 92s out. Has it sent down along the ice, and that will be an icing sent down the length. It'll be sent into the Rangers zone. Blake still decently confused by this penalty situation. So instead of Trottier, it was Guelli that was sent into the box, and another Rangers player that will not be named. Of course, we don't have the information, but we do know what is right in front of us, and that is Nowakowski, who takes a shot down onto the net. It's kept in by Nievin. Nievin gets that one down low. Bonamo behind the net. Bonamo, he circles that one back. The Rangers with a chance to break it in. It's Bonamo. Bonamo has, Bolchi aside. And a shove there onto Bonamo. Bonamo doesn't like that. Carter Cowan coming in to give Bonamo a shot. Bonamo not the guy you want to mess with, as Bolchi also gets involved. And it looks like both players will be sent off. Don't really know what the purpose of that hit from Carter Cowan was. He'll be sent off. Bonamo will be sent off. It will be a coincidental roughing for the both of them.
Hear me out. I know you said you don't know why Cowan did that, but Bonamo was crashing the net after his shot for no reason, and we've seen that Bonamo has been a menace so far. Who's to say he doesn't say something to the goalie? Maybe he doesn't dig at it a little bit. Maybe he gives him some spice with the ice right there, with the topping in front of there. So you know what, Cowan, get out of here. Maybe not to the head, maybe not the smartest play. I mean, it's coincidental. There's no harm done. But honestly, Bonamo kind of deserved it. He has been kind of a pest out there. Great player, phenomenal player, and when he's at his best, he is a good player. But hey, you play with fire so long, you're gonna get burned.
That's right, and I certainly would not want to play against Luca Bonamo. I mean, for one thing, like you said, pest to play against, thorn in the side of competitors, and simply, big dude.
Big dude. That's another reason why a big dude coming towards your goalie, you're like, like you don't want to see that. Especially if I was a goaltender, I'd be like, oh, this guy is huge. I don't want to deal with anything from a rebound on that one. It gives a little fright to my sight.
Especially when you want to protect, like you said, the future MVP for Don Mills, Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio, doing anything you can to keep him sharp as Jalen Lobo takes it around. Lobo weaving through defenders. He drops that one over for Burley. Burley can't get a piece of it. A pass chance here, but that's intercepted by Smith. What a play for him to block that breakaway chance. Smith keeps it in the zone. It's now in the skates, and the Flyers bring it out of their blue. Spoke too soon as they carry it back in. 2.5-minute power play here for the Flyers. As falling down was Nievin. Nievin takes it back behind MCD's net. With it now is Cunha. Cunha getting that one across the length of the ice. It's attempted to be dumped back in, but there's some traffic on the sideboards. The Flyers recuperate. It's dumped into the zone of the Rangers. They have it in the corner, falling down. But the Flyers, they try to come up with it. The Flyers trying to send that one to the point now. A 2-on-2 opportunity, shorthanded for the Rangers. breaking it in are the Rangers, cutting towards the net, and falling was Barfoot. A great chance for him there. Cruz D'Annunzio coming way out to play that one as Cunha gets it across the blue. He drops that one. Sent back to the net, and on to Grofstein, rebounded front, trickling, and the faceoff will be inside. A whistle blown maybe too early, as it looked like the puck was loose, but play is over, play's dead. An offensive zone opportunity for the Don Mills Flyers.
I think Grofstein had it initially there, but when the referee blew the whistle, but it kind of got flung out there as he kind of sprawled around the ice there. Good opportunity for the Flyers to get at the doorstep of Grofstein. Said no to that one.
Grofstein said no, as he's done so many times in this series. Him and Noling have said no, as they have been huge factors for the Rangers. We talk a lot about their offense. We talk a lot about their defense. But the goaltenders, they deserve their shout as well.
Yeah, and that's why I said if they close at this game, unsung heroes are given to the tandem in this one, but obviously it'll be given more to Grofstein as he might get 2 wins in this one.
As that's sent across by Spielzik. Back to Spielzik at the point. He rims that one around. Cunha behind the net. Rimming it around back to the point. Cutting across is Long. Long trying to find Yevon. Yevon over to Carter Owen Spielzik. Owen Spielzik with it. He sends that one back. A shot there in front. Rims around. Looks like it got a piece of Grofstein. Sent around by Owen Spielzik down low. A battle in the corner. Brady Smith will go to help. He'll go to help Ashcroft as it will be kept in by Jalen Lobo. Jalen Lobo gets that one to the side over to Yevon. Pardon me, not Jalen Lobo. Nolan Long as it's sent down low. Down low with it is the Flyers and is Spadaccini cutting towards the net, but a nice defensive play there in front to make the stop, and we see some pushing and shoving behind the play. No call there, as that didn't seem to make Cunha too happy. Cunha with the big two-handed slash cuts his stick in two, and that will certainly be a penalty on the play. Extremely frustrated. He was knocked down behind the play by Ashcroft, and he snaps his twig in two. Will be assessed as slashing penalty indeed.
Wrong place, wrong time. I don't think he saw that Rangers player coming. I think he was just trying to swat at the puck to just kind of keep a stick on it, and it ended up hitting a Rangers player. A huge slash, broke it in half. That's why he's frustrated. He knows like that penalty wouldn't have happened if he just had his head on a swivel, but he's playing the puck, so he didn't know it was going to happen there. He also, it looks like he was banged up on that. Hitting such a forceful body on that kind of stings a little bit when you go for the two-handed chop to swat the puck away like that.
Yeah, and it was Ashcroft making that play to stop the Flyers from getting it across down low. Spadaccini had cut towards the net and sent it down low, but he made a good defensive block just to use his big body and not let another shot get in on Grofstein. And now a 4-on-4 opportunity for 40 seconds, at least in this period. As at the point with it is Garrett. He sends it over to Lobo. Behind the net now with it. Gets it across to Garrett. Lobo was unable to get that pass. He was looking for Garrett, but it hit off a stick. Just 19 seconds to go in the second period. Lobo breaking the other way. It's a 3-on-3 opportunity. Lobo gets it in deep towards the net. Dumped out by the Flyers, momentarily blocked, but it gets through eventually. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That will do it for this period. Just slightly, as there's 1.2 seconds to go. It always does that to me, doesn't it, Blake?
No, you jump ahead of yourself, Sam. You think that the refs are just going to let it blow out there, but I guess Grofstein did put a nab on that with 1.2 remaining.
And now Cruz D'Annunzio, he'll come out of the net, so it'll be 5-on-4, or pardon me, it'll be 5-on-5 for a second here, as the Flyers will just look to get a shot on net as the face-off set to ensue. It'll be won by the Flyers, a chance there, but they will run out of time in the second, anxiously awaiting the third. And the time is now for the Don Mills Flyers. They're on the penalty kill, but they only have 15 minutes to stay alive in this season. It's the North York Rangers up 3-2 in Game 4 of the quarterfinals, and the Flyers will be looking to make that 3-3, or else they will be sent home. I'm Sammy Brzozowski of the Six Hockey, joined alongside Blake Boy Scout Hanlon at Scotiabank Pond.
it's game time right now. It's game time for both these teams. It could be Don Mills tying it up, but it could be the Rangers to finish this one off, kill off and slay the Dragon in this one. They'll be looking to do that with goals on both ends to reach their achievements.
As the Rangers have it once again in the Flyers zone, a deflected pass goes out of play. Nice defensive effort there to lie down. It tips off his body. It'll be a face-off inside the zone of the Flyers. And Blake, 14 minutes, 23 seconds ago. The Flyers, they are on the penalty kill, so you know they're going to have to at least face that insurmountable offense of the Rangers. What do you think their chances are in this game?
It can turn on a dime at any point. It's a 10-cent game. Like I've mentioned before, it can just change on a dime. And you know what? It can happen really quickly here. You can get a goal early out, and you could even look for the win. It can even come before a potential overtime. But it all has to come in strides of momentum. Generate momentum, kill off this penalty, and let's get the offense going. Let's knot this one up, and let's see a nice tie-breaking overtime potentially.
And for the North York Rangers fans out there, what can they do to hold on?
Continue what they're doing. They're playing very good offensively, and they're keeping pucks out of the way of Max Grovstein. So, hey, you can add insurance marker for sure, but continue what they're doing. I have no problem with their game so far.
As Smith sends that one across, just 15 seconds left to go in the power play, in the penalty for Cunha. Cunha got that unfortunate slashing penalty as Smith gets that one over to Garrett. Garrett, shot, blocked in front, got a leg there as a centering pass over here to Warren. But what a defensive effort by Carter Owen Spielzik to get the lift stick as they'll be sent on right away. That will be Gueli coming in for Cunha as the Rangers still have it in the zone. Ashcroft with it. Ashcroft shot, trickling in front, but sent out of play by the Flyers. A good penalty kill for them. It was split into two, but still dangerous from the North York Rangers. Taking it in now is William Garrett. William Garrett, all by his lonesome. He loses that one, going for a dipsy doodle at the blue. Bringing it in is Rodder. Rodder trying to take it wide and behind the net. Throwing it in front over to Gueli, but nothing doing there. It's kept in. It's kept in by Trottier. He doesn't get enough of that as Barfoot runs into the ref in an inopportune spot, and that play is sent awry.
Get out of the way, Zebra. This isn't a safari. Get out.
Wise words from Blake Hanlon as the puck is sent behind the net of Grovstein. Grovstein, he's looked solid all throughout this game, looking for his second win of the series. The puck is dropped over to DiBiase. DiBiase dumps that one into the zone. The Rangers, I'm sure, will just take their time, try to control puck as much as possible, but they do so by scoring as the Flyers will be assessed with a penalty. It'll be Owen Barfoot going for, we don't know if it's an interference or a board, Blake.
Might be a board on this one. I saw one referee put his arms up in crossing fashion. We'll see. Yeah, it will be an interference.
Yeah, so it will be an interference. Likely could have called it either or on that play, but all that tells you is it is definitely a penalty. As now the Flyers, they have their own little chance for the power play. They scored a power play goal earlier in this game thanks to Oleg Nievin. Long gets that one across the point to Trottier. Long over to Trottier. As down low with it are the Flyers. A centering pass over to Nievin, but he can't get that one through. Long with it. He sends that one across to Trottier. Trottier trying to find his man at the circle. Cowan was unable to handle it, but he does now. Cowan shot is just wide. He had a little bit of breathing room, and he just missed it to the left. Kiemelman gets it out of the zone. Now a 2-on-1 here. Kiemelman, he has Bolchi. Kiemelman for Bolchi. He can't get that across in time.
Good back-checking defense there from the Flyers, despite being on the power play.
That's right, as Nolan Long takes it in. He dumps that in down low. In the corner now are the Flyers. Cunha, after that slashing penalty, he'll be looking to redeem himself as it pops out to him. He can't get a piece of it, so another chance here for the Rangers. Bolchi with it. Bolchi taking a shot, rips it, but he rips it just wide. It looks like it got a piece of the blocker of Cruz D'Annunzio, a power kill. Now Bolchi all alone, once again stopped by Cruz D'Annunzio.
What a save by Cruz D'Annunzio. Wow, all alone, Bolchi, he says no. What a play there from both players, but it's Cruz D'Annunzio who comes out on top.
Cruz D'Annunzio keeping the Flyers in this game. The Flyers have got to get it together if they want to get back in this one. Already 5 minutes gone away in this period as the Flyers will break in looking for a last rush with just 15 seconds left to go in the Owen Barfoot penalty. A battle on the sideboards, and the Rangers once again breaking it in. It's Brady Smith. Brady Smith's shot is just sent over the net of Cruz D'Annunzio. Bonamo, he sends that one down low. And Cruz D'Annunzio letting his team know that penalty is over. The Owen Barfoot power play is kaput, as they didn't really get anything going in that one. Nothing like their first power play of the game. As Lombardi looking to play that one with DiBiase down low, and Bonamo will go down to help. There's a collision behind the play, and it will be DiBiase, I believe, being assessed with a penalty.
Yeah, that might be the call on this one here. Looks like it might be the Flyers going back to the power play. Maybe this time they'll get the equalizer.
That's right. Well, if their power play is anything like it just was moments ago, I'd be worried if I'm Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio, but it will be Romeo DiBiase going for the hold, so the Flyers will need to put forth a better effort if they want to tie this game up at 3. Didn't really test Grovstein at all on that one as the puck is sent out to the point. Long with it. Long sends that one across for Trottier. Down low with it now. Trottier has it. Over to Long. The puck is sent to Long. Back over to Trottier. Trottier gets that one goal down low for Nievin. Trottier with it. Cunha is in front on the back door all alone. Long to Cunha. Cowan trying to find Cowan with the centering pass, and now a chance here for the Rangers. Look at the speed here as the Rangers have an opportunity in front. Cruz D'Annunzio not having to make a save there as the pass didn't get through. Wow, the Rangers have looked solid on the PK. Great defense there by Nolan Long.
You got to pull the trigger early on that power play there for the Flyers. They've been cycling for too long. I know they're waiting for the Rangers to make a mistake, and the Rangers have had good positioning. But you got to pull the trigger. You can't just pass for an entire power play. You got to go for the goal.
That's right. Offensively, not being able to get anything done, but defensively, what a play by Nolan Long to intercept the pass in front. That surely could have been a grade A opportunity, as breaking towards the net now is Spadancini. He rips that one, hits off the blocker of Grovstein, and he sends it down over to Di Natale. Battling now is Nowakowski. As a shot from the point is stopped. Spielzig let that one fly. In the corner now, a battle, and it's the Rangers who come up with it. Ashcroft trying to get it out. He does. 24 seconds left to go in the power play. The Flyers generating a little bit more offense, but the Rangers, their penalty kill has looked devastating.
Yeah, absolutely. It's got to be the Flyers to step up here in these final 10 seconds. Get something going before the Rangers kill off another one.
As Nowakowski keeps it in, he gets knocked down by the other penalty that we saw from Barfoot. Barfoot with it now. Barfoot starting a 3-on-2. Barfoot dropping it back. Now Smith with it. Smith, 5-on-5 here for the Rangers. Smith getting that one on net. A rebound here. Cruz D'Annunzio makes the save. He gets the rebound, and he swallows it up. Just 7:44 left to go. Potentially the last 7:44 of the Don Mills Flyers season if they can't turn it around here.
Yeah, and also on that play there, just let the Rangers forward just walk right in to rip it on net there. I know you want to collapse a little bit and swarm the net of Cruz D'Annunzio to prevent any rebounds and help him out there. You can't let players walk in and let them rip one by your goaltender in that opportunity there for the Rangers.
As a shot from the point there is sent over the net of Cruz D'Annunzio after catching him on the blocker. It'll be a face-off once again inside the zone. That was Luca Bonamo letting that one fly. A face-off once again here. The referee getting the additional puck that was sent out of play.
Running out of pucks here, I guess.
Running out of pucks as a lot of them have been just sent off a blocker and out of play as the Flyers attempt to get it out of the zone. Bonamo gets that one across. at the sideboards. Warren dumps that one into the zone. Pardon me, not Warren, as Warren is the attacking forward. Sent into the zone by Kiemelman. Gilday behind his own net. Gilday sending a long pass, and it doesn't get to Goelli as the Rangers will break the other way, but the whistle will be blown. 7:12 to go. Blake, are the Flyers running out of time here?
Yeah, we're talking about running out of pucks, but I was going to also say Flyers are running out of time. 2 grade A opportunities to tie this one up on the power play. They can't get it done 5-on-4. I don't know if they can get it done in even strength, Sammy. And that's just something that they won't be able to afford to miss on those opportunities there. But maybe they'll get another opportunity on the power play with 7 minutes remaining.
An opportunity here for Braden Smith as he tries to get that one in front to Jalen Lobo. Jalen Lobo nearly getting a grade A gold star opportunity, but the pass just didn't get to his stick in time. It looked like it ricocheted off his skate. Cruz D'Annunzio has been tested in this period, but so far he's aced it.
He's aced this entire series, Sammy. Since he stepped on the ice in the game 1 to recover for Kowalski, he has been solid for his Flyers team. Without him, there is no Flyers chances to extend this game even further.
As it's kept in by Ashcroft. Ashcroft sends that one down low. A chance here for the Rangers on the backhand. Ashcroft, he sends it over to William Garrett. Garrett, shot, fires it on Cruz D'Annunzio, and it's sent into the corner. Kept in by Ashcroft. He gets that one across. It's down low. Centering pass doesn't get through as the Flyers will look to get it out of their own zone. Tipping that away is Long. Long trying to reach Nievin, but it popped over his stick as Ashcroft will regroup. He sends it back to Garrett. William Garrett circles past. Killing some time here is William Garrett. He'll look to skate it into the zone. Nearly lost it over to Hotley's there, so he'll just dump that one in. He goes to forecheck, so Brady Smith staying back, covering for his man. Brady Smith, speak of the devil, has it at the red line. He sends it over. Dumped back into the zone. The forechecker will be Charlie Hotley's. As a long pass is sent over to Nolan Long. Nolan Long now breaking towards the Rangers zone. Nothing doing there as the Rangers have done a good job closing off the zone entry for the Don Mills Flyers.
Yeah, closing it off for sure. Might be closing off any more chances that the Flyers get.
As a battle in the corner ensues, Bulgy trying to get it out of the zone. He does, and a chance here for the Rangers. A 2-on-1 opportunity breaking towards the net. That shot is stopped by Cruz D'Annunzio and sent into the corner. Cruz D'Annunzio comes way out of his net to cut off the angle, but hey, if it works, it works. He's been looking so solid in this period, and he's had to look so solid as the Rangers have controlled the game just like they controlled the game in Game 1 all the way back then. As breaking it in now is Dicaro. Dicaro gets the shot. The rebound goes over to Nowakowski. Nowakowski, he goes to play it. He tries to get the centering pass, but no one is there as Barfoot throws that one up. Barfoot falling at the red line, but he gets right back up. The Flyers will be allowed to regroup in their own zone. Just under 5 minutes to go in this one. As taking it in now are the Flyers, trying to get it down low. Dinatelli calling for it. Shot is blocked by Grofstein. I thought there was an ounce of free room there, but he blocks it with a blocker. Rebound in front after the point shot. Grofstein standing tall. He's faced with his first real trial and tribulation of this period. And it'll be a face-off, and it'll go outside the zone of the Rangers.
Yeah, Grofstein had to step up there after not facing much attention in front, but he made a great save on the rebound, sprawling on the ice there, using his big frame to take up as much room as he could.
As the Flyers win that one, but it didn't really look like they were set at all, as the defenseman didn't really jump up until it was way too late. Kind of an oversight on the ref's part, but they have a time clock to adhere to. They wanted to get it going. As the Flyers once again have it in the North York Rangers zone. It's sent up the sideboards. The Flyers trying to dump that one back in. Now with a chance are the Rangers. The Rangers bringing it in. Kiemelman couldn't get a piece of that. It'll be sent down the length of the ice. Ashcroft will go to play it. Ashcroft with it. He throws it over to Garrett. Garrett, he rips that one back around for Ashcroft to start the breakout in their own end. Playing a little bit of back and forth passing is the D partners, Ashcroft and William Garrett. Cunha can't get a piece of that, and he won't get it out of the zone. Time is quickly dwindling down. Blake, we haven't had a whistle in quite some time.
Yeah, not in a while. We haven't seen one, as there will be one there right when you said it. There's only 3:45 left. That's not a lot of time to get a nodding goal.
Yeah, and Blake, I haven't won the lottery in quite some time either.
I mean, maybe it's your time. Maybe buy a scratcher, because every time you've been bringing up something, you've spoken into existence. So maybe if you say you're going to win the lottery, you will win the lottery.
That's the idea. So we'll hope to see it, and I will let you guys know. Maybe the 6 hockey could get quite the upgrade. As the Flyers try to break it in, Nievin unable to do so. For a moment, it looked like the Rangers had a 2-on-1 opportunity, but the pass couldn't get over to Hotleys. Turning around is Gueli. He breaks it out of the zone. It gets it by the Rangers, but it will be offside called there. As a chance now here for Jalen Lobo. Can he go 2 for 2? No, that's stopped by Cruz D'Annunzio. Coming up big late in the third period.
Yeah, what a save there by Cruz D'Annunzio. Using the glove there, too. I was expecting him to really get in front of that one, but hey, nice job there to stop Lobo from getting his second of the game, as we have 3.14 pi left in the game.
That's right, Albert Einstein's birthday. Fun fact, March 14th. You learn something new every day.
I already knew that, don't worry.
Okay, Blake is totally lying for you guys, folks. I think it's a fun fact nonetheless, as Barfoot will take the faceoff for the Rangers, looking to win it and keep it going for them in the offensive zone. The Flyers, they hit this one out. A chance now here for Cunha. Cunha in the corner. He's being battled by Matthew Burley. Behind the net now with it is Cunha. It gets sent up the boards. Kiemelman backtracking the play. It's kept in by Carter, Owen, Spielzik. Grofstein going out to play it. He rips this one around the boards. The Rangers now starting the breakout. They pop that one back over to Jack Simon. Simon scored the first goal of this series and the game-winning goal of Game 1. Out to play it is Cruz D'Annunzio. He gets that one around the boards, but it goes right to a Rangers player. Centering pass there to Kiemelman, nearly in danger. On the side now with it. Sent back in front. Finally getting it are the Flyers. It'll be Carter Owen Spielzik starting the rush. He tries to go for a long pass over to Carter Cowan to get it into the zone. You got to think that they're thinking of pulling Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio shortly.
They have to. They need to get 6 guys out there if they want to get a goal late in this one.
As the Rangers will prevent them from doing that. The Rangers trying to take it into the zone. Balchi breaking towards the net. And Cruz D'Annunzio out to play the puck. Now, this could be the moment for the Flyers to try to get something going. It'll be dumped around the length of the boards. The Rangers still not letting the Flyers get anything started. Backtracking will be the Flyers. And the Flyers will be breaking it into the zone now. They dump that one in. And Cruz D'Annunzio's kind of in his crease there, just waiting to be called.
Yeah, trying to get creep out there, waiting for the coach to call him down there and flag him down and say, get off the ice, let's go for the 6 players out there.
Yeah, it's sent down the length of the ice. And this could be the moment, I've said that a couple times now, as it's sent right back into the Flyers zone. Out to play it is Cruz D'Annunzio, way out of his net, as they'll go to play it on the sideboards. The Flyers running out of time here. It's just over a minute to go. And there'll be a whistle on the play. As Blake, it'll be too many men. 6 Flyers on the ice, including the 7th for Cruz D'Annunzio. Some miscommunication late in this game and potentially late in their season. They'll go on the penalty kill with just a minute left to go. An absolutely devastating penalty to take at this point.
If you end your season on that, that is one of the most heartbreaking ways to end it. Oh my goodness. I saw the coach of the Flyers throw his clipboard down, but I wasn't sure what was happening. Then I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I went, oh no. The Flyers, that's a costly mistake.
And it will be Carter Owen Spielzik serving the costly penalty. So now even with the goalie pulled, it would still only be even strength 5-on-5, but they would face the consequence of having their net empty. So the Flyers, minute left to go, and now an even bigger mountain to climb as they'll have to do so on the PK. As Nievin can't get a piece of that, it's sent back into the zone. The Rangers in a good spot. As a chance here all alone for Hotleys. Hotleys trying to get it past Cruz D'Annunzio. He makes himself look big, gets stretched across the post. And now Cruz D'Annunzio will leave his net. Last chance here for the Don Mills Flyers season. It's sent out onto the net of Grovstein. Behind the net now with it is the Flyers. They send it into the corner. The Rangers dump it nearly out of the zone, but it's kept in by Nievin. Nievin trying to keep that one in. He can't here. Di Natale, he sends that one around. The shot now for Garrett. Garrett, he breaks it in. William Garrett towards the empty net, and that will do it. That will ice the game. A 4-2 lead. William Garrett, he puts in the empty net goal. And what a heartbreaking way for the Don Mills Flyers to end their season.
See, I often say that will be the dagger, but that is to the dagger of the heart of the Flyers in a terrible way, even twisting it on the way is Garrett as he skated by the bench, throwing his hands up. What a brutal way to end the season. I got to feel for Cruz D'Annunzio and company of the Flyers.
Yes, but the show must go on. It'll be the North York Rangers heading to the semifinals. This team has looked like a wagon all season long, and they'll look to make their push to the finals any day now. An upsetting end to the series from the Flyers. We're going to see some pushing to shoving, as I'm sure the passions are riding high. It'll be just seconds to go. Blake, an unfortunate way to end such a compelling and exciting series, and we'll talk about it more in just a moment. So there we have it. We have a preview of an original six matchup in the semifinals, because it is the North York Rangers winning the series against the Don Mills Flyers 3-1 with a 4-1 victory in game number 4.
What a win this was for the North York Rangers. Really made a statement in this game saying you can come at us with your speed, you can come at us with your physicality, but we are just going to be better than you. And off to the semifinals they go.
Yeah, if you will, they called BS, and it was BS getting the first star.
I see what you did there. Brady Smith is my first star of the game. And although he did not really have a really great series, I thought he stepped up when it mattered, and it mattered heavily in this game. He got a goal and an assist for the Rangers in this game, and that is why he has my first star of the game. And my second star of the game, I'm giving to William Garrett. He got a goal for himself, proving again why he is the best defender on this Rangers team. And my third star, I have to give credit to Nolan Long. He had a phenomenal series, tacked on an extra goal for his efforts in this game here. Again, he's so fast, very crafty for his size. I was just very impressed with how he was playing this whole series.
Yeah, and what a long series it was for Nolan and for Marcus Cruz D'Annunzio. We both thought that they played phenomenally throughout this series and did all they could, but were just bested by a skilled Rangers roster.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add on. I think you summed it up very well. Their goalie played incredibly. Nolan Long played very well. But again, I guess it was proven in the series that the Rangers were just the more skilled team.
And we'll see if they can use those skills against a very skilled Toronto Marlboros in semifinals matchup. Nice move there from the Oreo. Toe drag, shoots, scores!